Okay, so today I'm going to be doing something slightly different. I'm going to be making pizza. And I love pizza. And you know what? Other people love my pizza too. And they say to me, hey, can't really do store-bought pizzas anymore. We only like your pizza. So I'm going to be sharing how I make my pizza. And first things first, we've got the ingredients. We've got some yeast here. We have the plain flour. We have some sugar. I've got some salt. And this is how I measure my flour. I use this glass, my favorite glass, that I put my flour in. And if I want one pizza, I'm going to be filling this up to the brim. And obviously, I generally make two because I always have my friends over. So first things first, I'm going to be having to wash the hands. Okay, so I'm just going to measure out the flour. So that's one, and we're going to make two because I can actually try freezing one. I haven't tried freezing one yet. And some people say about activating your yeast, and personally it probably says something like that on the box. I generally don't follow the instructions. So, just going to cut this open. So I've just put that in, and then I'm going to release my yeast. Now, after I've done that, I'll fill up my water. And then, what will I need? I need to put my salt in. So, salt gives everything taste, and I just pretty much put a good sized tablespoon in. And, that's fine. Sugar, I just pour like a spoonful to maybe 2, 3, I don't know. I just pour it in. And I know that that's going to make something good. So, now, what I want to do is I'm going to get my favorite okay, so I got my favorite spoon, and actually this isn't my favorite spoon, and so this is my favorite spoon. After that, we use my wooden spoon and start mixing this up. And some more water. And you keep on going. It's nothing like making pizza dough. I always find it so nice. It's just the height of the stuff I do in the kitchen so far. But if everybody's able to enjoy my if everybody's able to enjoy my pizza, that's technically all I need to make. Yes, I can make lasagna and things like that, but this is one of my favorites. Gonna put a wee bit more water, and then after that, I'm gonna get my hand in. So what have you been up to today? Do you like pizza as much as I do? Yeah, well, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you do. So, we're almost done. This first initial bits, I just let that come around, and yes, it's starting to feel good. And I'm just going to put some more flour because it's a little bit wet, but that's okay. You'll sort of know the texture whenever you feel it, whenever it's ready to be finished. So just start squeezing, start building the dough together, and You know, it's so therapeutic doing this sort of thing. So just get rid of my wooden spoon now. It's technically it's a hand thing now, where I get to roll around the dough and stuff. So the way it works is you just play with the dough in your hand, see where it can go, and then I know that there's a little bit more dough, and then I know you just see all these wee bits, and then just make sure that they're all out before you let the dough rest. So I'm just going to put a little bit more flour because I feel it needs it. Like I say, you'll know when your dough is ready for, because you can feel it. You will be able to tell, because the consistency, it's just the way the consistency feels. Just squeeze it like there's no tomorrow. And yeah, if you want to go outside, you can do a bit of this, and sure, why not? You know it. Whenever I'm making the dough, I usually make it at something early in the morning, like 6 a.m. But today, slightly later, and I thought, hey, I want to have pizza tonight. I'm having a day off, and there's nothing like good pizza. And I thought, yeah, it's a good time to make this recording, because what else would I be doing? Ah, yes, we have the nice, beautiful weather. It doesn't take that long to do this bit, but that's technically it. So now we're done with that. I'm going to get my hands washed a little bit. And let's say, it's so therapeutic doing that. So I'm going to cover it over and then let it rest for a wee bit, and then we'll come back to it. While that's resting, I'm going to go do the garden. Okay, so I was growing my pizza dough outside. It's a beautiful day, and I was also doing some gardening, so please excuse the hat and the sweat, but here we go. There is the pizza dough, and it looks lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to first wash my hands. Obviously, with me touching all the stuff and green stuff outside, it's definitely a good idea to wash. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my dough. So first of all, I'll just do this, and ooh, that dough is very doughy, and as you can see, it's kind of sticky at the moment. So what if it's a bit sticky like that? What I'll do is I'll grab some flour and just pour a little bit more flour over the top. That was maybe a wee bit too much, but that's right. We can use that other dough a wee bit. We can use that other flour a wee bit later when I'm coming to do. Now, this is really bad. My hand slipped, but well, we have a wee bit more flour for later. So there we have the dough. Now I'm just going to grab my favorite. Where's my favorite knife? So, just grab my favorite knife. I'm going to cut this dough in two, because one of these halves I am going to save in the freezer for the first time. And okay, so I'm just going to play around with the dough a wee bit, and then I'm going to actually bag this in. I'm going to put this in a plastic bag and then try putting it in the freezer. And this is the other bit of dough, and I'm going to put this into a clean, I'm going to put this into a clean bowl. Here you go, in a clean bowl, and that's it. And I'm just going to put this over the top again, and then I'm just going to put this over the top again and wait for some more, maybe an hour or two more. So initially I waited for an hour, so technically I would do it most of the day. Can take up to 3 to 5 hours, depends, you know, but oh well, here it goes. Okay, so it's that time that I'm going to make the pizza. Well, it's going to be that time that I'm going to spread out the dough to make it into pizza form. Now, what I'll do is I'll use this flour that I had from earlier. I sprinkle a wee bit on top, and that allows me to do that. Then I sprinkle some here as well on the board, so it gives me that. Just means that whenever I put the dough down, I have something to put it out on, and that's the dough. Now, this is something I'm going to have to learn a wee bit myself. Not going to say that I'm the best at spreading out. Now, it's a good size, and my shapes are sometimes really interesting. But as long as it does a good job. Now, time to put the sauce. So the way I like to put my sauce is I use a spoon, and I just put the sauce down and technically just roll it around. Now, I know it's not the roundest pizza, but it's still going to be tasty. You know, I love pizza. I put a little bit of flour on my board, and then I also put a little bit of semolina on my board. So it just means that I can put it into the oven. Okay, time to put it in the oven. Hey Siri, set timer 7.5 minutes. Generally what happens is I put my oven to the hottest temperature, and then I put the pizza in, and let it do its thing with just the sauce. Now afterwards, what I'll do is I'll put the cheese or any ingredients on top. The sauce I just use like a spaghetti bolognese or something like that. Some cheese. It's just regular cheese, and then I also like to put some jalapenos. Now, other than that, usually I put chicken, but this is spur of the moment pizza. I'm going to grab. It smells good. And we're new to these too. All right, take a few of those. Another thing I like on pizza is I like pineapple on a pizza. Oh yes, pineapple. You can cut those too. Another one of my favorites is tuna. Tuna's nice. Okay, so there's 1 minute 48 left on my timer. 39 seconds remaining. So what do you like to do whenever you're waiting for your oven to ring? I mean, yes, you've got your TV, you could watch that. But is there anything else? Okay, so this is my pizza. Slightly, like I say, slightly different shaped. It's something I need to work on. But I just stick all our ingredients on. I think, you know, we're running out of time here, you know. I haven't much time left. We need to eat tonight. And, yeah, you know, it's a lot of ingredients, but I could have done with some chicken or something. I'm just gonna stick these on. There's pepper. I'm gonna cut my pepper. Oh, we're still sticking stuff on. I mean, there's a lot of ingredients here, but we should be having a tasty pizza tonight. Yes, it's... I'm not gonna have any. It's just... Oh, yeah. Okay, so sometimes I ask myself, how great is your grater? I mean, my grater is pretty great. I mean, if I'm able to do this. Take me to your grater. Just a wee bit more. There we go. And then that is going to do with the ingredients. And yeah, there's just one final touch. This is extra virgin olive oil, and you know, I still need to work out how best to apply the extra virgin olive oil. If you have a better way, let me know. I like to use it for the edges. And there we have it. Not too bad. Let's see. So, it's time to eat, and yeah, this is my pizza. Slightly different. It's not round, but as long as it works, that's the main thing. This is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to digging in. It's going to be great. It's certainly got the rustic look. And yes, it's not a round pizza, but you know, does it really have to be round? Does it have to be round? No, it doesn't have to be round. This is, woo! It's nice and hot. Wow. Very good. Okay, so this pizza is amazing. It tastes amazing. It's not round, but who cares? Pizzas don't have to be circular, really. It can be any shape. As long as it tastes good, that's all right. Anyways, have a good one. See you tomorrow.